Howdy, on this episode of my TV show review series, I'll be reviewing the 2009 to 2016 French-American CGI animated show, and that one is The Garfield Show, Garfield et Company in French. Now, what do I think about this show? Ever since I saw this show, I was like, oh my god. Is that another French cartoon? I mean, there are many French cartoons to watch, besides Oogie and the Cockroaches, Space Goofs, Robot Boy, and Zig and Sharko. Speaking about this show, I find this show to be better show than Oogie Oogie. The show was based on the American Garfield comic strip created by Jim Davis. It was developed by Philippe Vidal. The show was originally aired on France 3 in France, as part of a Ludo cartoon programming block in the United States and other countries. The show was originally aired on Cartoon Network, Boomerang, and currently streaming on Netflix. The show features an orange cat named Garfield, even his best pal, a yellow dog named Eddie, just like the Garfield and Friends show from the 1988. Garfield and Eddie go on amazing adventures. It even features some characters from the same show from 1988. Involves Garfield's owner, John Arbuckle. He made it to this show. Let's not forget about Garfield's girlfriend, Arlene. She also made it to the show, although she didn't appear in Garfield and Friends from 1988. Also, there are a bunch of voice actors that has done great work on voicing their characters in this show. For example, Frank Welker, Greg Berger, Wally Wingert, Jason Marsden, Audrey Wasilewski, Julie Payne, etc. In this show. They even introduced 2 new characters. What do we have new characters for this show? Chef Vito Cappelletti. Vito is a great chef in this show. He makes great pizza, and even great Italian food, even lasagna, Garfield's favorite. And another character who's introduced in this show is Mama Mimi. Mama Mimi is like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants. His pizza worse, his pizzas are raw and undercooked, and a tip that people gave him was nothing. Or maybe they tipped him a nickel or even a penny. Vito's pizza is more tastier than Mama Mimi's one. Mama Mimi's pizza makes everyone sick, ruin their taste buds, and give a terrible stomach that brings an imagination if you were sent to the hospital. And about the movies that they were released before this show was aired on France 3 in France, Cartoon Network and Boomerang in the United States and other countries before the show came out. There are 3 direct-to-video movies that they were released on DVD from Paws Incorporated and 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment. Garfield Gets Real from 2007, Garfield's Fun Fest from 2008, and Garfield's Pet Force from 2009. I actually don't get it. Why did Lambo Roxback hates these movies and even the Garfield Show? At least he redeemed himself about the Garfield Show. But actually he ranted on those movies. Thank God. Oh, and let's not forget about their video games during the show running from 2009 to 2016. There are 2 video games. 2 of them are racing games. Garfield Kart and Garfield Kart Furious Racing. Despite the fact that the critics hate those games. But hey, everyone have different opinions. And so do I have. Aftermath, Markivania announced that the show take a vacation after its show ended and got cancelled in 2016. But then in 2019, Nickelodeon announced that it will acquire Paws Incorporated, which Garfield appeared in Nickelodeon crossover games, except for Nickelodeon Kart Racers, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2, Grand Prix. He appears in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, Slime Speedway, and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. And despite the fact that Nickelodeon is now the owner of Paws Incorporated, Sony Pictures announced that it will be the movie which will come out in theaters this year on May 24th. Which I hope this movie will be much better than the live-action one from 2004. So, onto the verdict on this CGI show. I'm giving this show 9 out of 10. Jack the Maker Guy mixed his opinion. but still, it's a great French CGI show. This concludes this review.